Has KSI been scamming his audience in the crypto space this whole time? There's a big difference in what some crypto influencers do and what KSI did right here. And I'm going to discuss some of those differences as well. But first, let's get to this. This is juicy. This is dramatic. But I want you to see what he did. And I want to get your thoughts down in the comments. So here we go.
KSI is one of the world's most popular YouTubers. But yesterday, he accidentally exposed the pump and dump crypto scams that he promoted. They've been hidden for 2 years, but only came out when KSI logged back into his old Twitter account, saying, "Does this still work?"
He literally exposed himself. When I see a mainstream commentator, whether it was a media personality or a celebrity, when you have your own crypto-only channel, crypto-specific account, that's always a little bit of a red flag to me. What do you all say? Tell me in the comments.
Now, if you didn't know, this is KSI's crypto account where he used to talk about crypto coins he liked. One investigator has been waiting for him to return to the scene of the crime. And that person is not me. It's Zach XBT, a crypto investigator on Twitter who I'll link below because his work is incredible. But I was shocked when he said,
by the way, if you don't know who Zach XBT is, let me just tell you this. He's a reason why blockchain is so important. Oftentimes, he uncovers stuff like this just by simply following the transactions on the blockchain. It's the whole purpose in having a public blockchain so somebody can do stuff exactly like this. Definitely can go check him out on Twitter.
in before he starts sharing garbage again. Dumping your tokens on Logan Paul's lapdog is permitted and encouraged. Remember when KSI posted this? All of a sudden, my XCAD bag is looking juicy again. Hodl Gang then proceeded to dump $850,000 worth of XCAD over the following days from his wallet address.
Okay, let's go back and look at that for a moment. All of a sudden, my XCAD bag is looking juicy again. Most of us would agree this looks like a bullish tweet. And then after that tweet, he dumped almost $1 million worth of XCAD from his wallet. He's dumping it on his followers. See, I don't understand this. When someone cares enough to follow you on Twitter or watch your content on YouTube or Instagram, that means that they are sacrificing literal time out of their day, time they could be spending with their kids, their spouse, time they could be working a job, making money to advance their life forward in some way. This is time that they're dedicating to your content. They care enough about your content and what you're doing to actually sacrifice moments of their life that they will never get back. You proceed to take advantage of them. I just do not understand this. Yes, he's making $850,000. You're like, well, that's why he did it. I get it. One tweet basically made him at least $200,000 to $300,000 in profit based on the percent that the price may have been pumped off his tweet. I get that. And in a moment, you're going to see video proof that his tweets did move the price. But KSI is going to make far more money over the long term just by treating his audience well, growing his audience, caring about them, being a decent human being. Like, is that so much to ask? It feels to me so short-sighted. You're deceiving the very people who care enough to watch your content. Maybe I'm a little bit too idealistic.
Zach also shared a picture as proof, series of transactions.
So these are all the transactions on the blockchain. So you don't have to guess. Those of you that are new to crypto, this is why a public blockchain is so incredible.
We're starting on March 27th when he sent that tweet. KSI started selling XCAD. The same day he tweeted he was part of the HODL gang, slang for someone who wouldn't sell this crypto coin, right? In fact, that wasn't the only time KSI has mentioned this holding stance publicly.
I'm holding my bags. I'm holding my Luna, my XCAD.
Videos like this are why people genuinely thought KSI was just buying and holding, but he wasn't. This time he sold. And he tweeted again on March 30th, 2022.
So he literally makes these videos saying he's holding, knowing that he's selling.
Me looking at ZIL and XCAD right now. And it might look like that means he's excited about this. But really he was looking at the sell button because he continued to sell XCAD to his fans who thought he was part of the HODL gang once again. And this is what I mean by a pump and dump scam. He got his followers excited while selling his own crypto bag at the same time. In total, over $800,000 was sold by KSI over a few days and these two tweets, according to Zach XBT. So I reached out to KSI over Twitter and he gave me the following statement. Hey bro, I'm still a HODL gang, LMAO. Sold some profit, as well as my own money, to put into Luna, thinking I would profit more to buy back more XCAD, and took a major L. still fully believe in XCAD, the ability to earn from watching content. That's his statement. He then shared a personal account screenshot showing that he does have some XCAD still held. It doesn't really change the core accusation of whether he pumped and dumped his fans.
So his defense is, yeah, it's okay. I just said it, but I'm still holding. What's going to happen later in the video, and I'll put the video on the end screen. You can watch the full video, but essentially he's going to show 2 or 3 more instances where KSI tweeted something that sounded positive, but then he dumped on his audience, or he sold, even though he made positive tweets. And KSI comes back later and says, look, I thought I was getting trolled. It seemed like every time I sold or I said something positive about a cryptocurrency, the price went down. Everything I said something negative, the price went up. It still doesn't take away from the fact that he was doing the opposite from what he would tweet, knowing that a certain percentage of his followers would take his tweet as good enough to make a buying decision on. And he was in turn selling. Like, it's just shady as F to me. And I just don't understand why his followers would think it's okay. Like, how can you trust anything the guy's going to say? Now, listen, this is very different than the FTX thing that happened with some celebrities. So, for example, these celebrities like Tom Brady and some of these celebrities had this class action lawsuit where supposedly a bunch of people were blaming them because, FTX ended up essentially going under. It was a bit of a scam. But that's very different. Like, Tom Brady didn't know. The celebrities didn't know. If they had inside knowledge is one thing. KSI is using literal deception. Like, if you're Tom Brady, if you say, hey, Tom Brady should have known about FTX, or he should have hired a research firm, a research team. The question is, what would they have actually found out? Would they have been able to find it? How much could they have went into the records? And if they did that for every single company they ever advertised in, like, we as consumers would not find out about a lot of information going on out there if they weren't people willing to take payment to be able to promote something. So I don't necessarily have a problem with someone like Tom Brady promoting FTX. I would actually be on the side of the celebrities here, as long as they did not know that what Sam Bankman-Fried was doing was wrong, because he was being manipulative, deceiving people, etc. I mean, it's kind of like if they promoted a popular toothpaste brand, and then we find out that the company were putting something in the toothpaste that was giving people gum disease. In my opinion, it is not fair to hold a celebrity accountable for that. How could a reasonable person have known? But what KSI is doing, and you can agree or disagree with that, but what KSI is doing here is radically different. He knows what he's doing. He's doing the exact opposite of what he's saying to his fans, the very people who are most likely to follow his lead, if for no other reason, just because they're a fan. And I don't care if they bought $100 worth, or if they bought $1,000 worth, or $100,000 worth. Some of these people would buy in just like they would give a tip. They would buy in just because, hey, if KSI believes in it, heck, I'll believe in it. Let's go. Let's see where it goes. But he was selling on them. I think this is absolutely pathetic. I just don't get it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why when on this channel I do sponsored videos. I first of all will always disclose to you that's a sponsored video, but I don't take payment in the crypto projects token unless it's a token that I plan to hold for a long time, because I know I'm going to sell it and I don't want to hurt anyone. If I know that I'm going to sell it at the current price, there's no way I would want to purchase it. And I don't have a problem selling for profit, but I would dump it immediately. So I always tell projects, you can pay in Bitcoin, you can pay in Ethereum, you can pay in USDC, you can pay in USDT, you can pay in BNB, you can pay in some sort of primary asset, but I will not take your token if I have no intention of actually holding their token for an extended period of time. I can't imagine someone at KSI's level would just choose, and obviously we know it happens. I understand. I mean, let's face it, the guy made $250,000 for sending one tweet. But was it really worth it to do that to your audience in the long run? That's what I want to know. Let me know your comments down below. I'd love to have a dialogue about this, see what you think as well.